What's going on, everyone? How are you today? So, I put together a little something that I wanted to cover with you because this helped me tremendously in this last month. And I was following this every day to the T until, see that there. Oh, it's kind of nasty. Can't really see. I chopped my finger open pretty good. Here, I'll uh I'll share this to some other pages real quick. Let me make sure my audio works. Okay, good. Yeah, audio works. Okay, here I want to just share this real quick, and then I'll show you what I did to my finger. I almost cut my finger off, and that's not why I wanted to do this Facebook Live. It wasn't to talk about me cutting my finger off, but it's to cover some things that I mapped out in my life with my schedule, and I want to show you how that works, and also how that works with MoveNow University implementation. But the main thing that I wanted to, or that I put in the title here to catch your attention, is what I call it. Here's how not to be the kind of chiropractor who pays for a gym membership and never goes. So what does that mean? What kind of person pays for a gym membership and never shows up? It's the same kind of chiropractor that buys a coaching system and never coaches, a communication system and never learns it, a book and never reads it, gym membership never goes, workout plan never implements, diet plan never follows it, a tool in your clinic to use for rehab or modality, you never even learn how to use it, never even take it out of the box, never figure out how to incorporate it or charge a patient for it or work it into your flow. It goes on and on. Marketing strategies, you have all these online marketing strategies, but you have to make a blog several times a week, or you got to make a video and then you never follow through with it, right? So this stuff happens. Now, let's see. Let me paste this over here so I can get some people on here to follow. Hold on. And then I'm going to run through hopefully some cool stuff that you guys will all love. When I say guys, I mean guys and gals, everyone out there. All right. And other group, come on. Hold on. Stand by. Almost ready. And this one. Okay. All right. Cool. Now that I got at least a couple out there, this will help. All right. So let's dive into this. Let's show you something. I'm going to read some of the text that I wrote here. So here's what I did recently to map out and organize my life, and it's helped me a ton. And here is how we map out the 12-week implementation process of MoveNow University, and that helps you a ton. I'm going to show you a cool camera angle thing that I set up here. Look at that. Is that cool? All right. I can actually show you this now, and you can see it. It's like magical how I did this. All right. So now when a doctor joins our program, they can choose an upcoming SMART 12-week implementation, weekly live accountability process. It's a weekly training that we do. SMART stands for Success Manual. This is a success manual, accountability results training. And so other than flying to your clinic and holding your hand, this is the next best thing as far as getting you implemented. And again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you want to find out more information about our program, go to demo.movenowu.com to watch a 30-minute demo of how this whole thing works. You can see this one's a little torn and tattered. I've gone through this and used it for training multiple times. So here's something we just covered in our newest SMART group that we just started yesterday. It's our third group now going through that this year so far, is that we go through and we map out in the program how many hours per week of implementation it's going to take between the doctor, therapist, and front office. And then over on this page, each one of the staff has a copy of this success launch manual, and they then go through and they dial in what days and how and what hours they're going to put the time in needed. So for example, if it's week 1, the doctor needs to do 1.9 hours. The doctor's going to say, okay, it's week 1. My shift off at the clinic is Tuesday afternoon. So I'm going to put my 1.9 hours in there. I'll put 2 hours in there. I'll do it from 4 to 6 p.m. Boom, it's done. Then you go over like in your phone on your calendar and do the same thing, right? And you map that out week by week. That's so you have accountability. Okay. That's the thing that's missing when people are frustrated when they don't follow through with something, is that they don't have the accountability. They don't have a process. Okay. Here, I'll show you my finger a little bit better. I was going to show you how I chop my finger open. Let me show you that real quick. Just kind of make this fun. So I was drilling a hole in my backyard with a hole saw. All right. You can see that. Let me zoom in here. All right. So hole saw. Let me flip this around. Boom. All right. Hole saw. That's my blood on the ground. That's my dog trying to lick up my blood. This is what I was trying to cut this hole right here. Okay. You see how that hole busted out? Well, a hole saw has a center drill bit that guides it. When that busts out, that saw wants to climb, and it's spinning clockwise. So guess what direction it's going to climb? It's going to the left. Guess what was over to the left? My hand, my finger. And so what happened is it cut through me pretty good. And let me show you. That's what it looked like right away. That's my fat of my fingers sticking out. Kind of nasty. And then a close friend of ours, awesome. That's our family doctor. There's my wife in the background. That's our family doctor. And she came in and stitched me up on a Sunday. And she didn't have any food in her system. And she was like shaking from low blood sugar. And my wife's feeding her while she's going through and stitching me up. And yeah, it's me getting stitched up. Yeah, it was pretty nasty. I had 6 stitches in there. And it was some of the worst pain that I've ever had. Not the stitching process, but just the throbbing pain afterwards. So there it is. Ugh. All right. Is this cool having 2 cameras? Are you guys digging this? You like this? That was the aftermath. And anyway, it's healing pretty good now. And let me see how good of a shot I can get here. Is it as zoomed as we go? Maybe that's as zoomed as we go. Okay. All right. I just set up this 2 camera setup. All right. So anyway, let's get that off there. Now, the thing that I wanted to show you that we just shared with our last group of doctors as far as mapping out not just something they're going to implement into their practice, and that was the key of this Facebook Live, this little training, is to talk about how to really schedule times in your day to get stuff like this done. So you have to schedule this stuff out just like you'd schedule an appointment with a patient on your schedule. You have to schedule out when you're going to accomplish certain improvements in your practice. If you're going to add some systems in your practice, you put it on the schedule and you just do it. You have a start time, you have an end time, and you do it no matter what. And if you can start disciplining yourself to do that, the earlier the better. Whether you're a brand new chiropractor in practice or you've been practicing 20 plus years, these are good habits to incorporate, because the thing that a lot of chiropractors and just humans in general run up against is they say, oh, I didn't have time. It was a crazy week. Oh, it was hectic. It was so crazy. Things are just so crazy right now. So how many times do you say that? How many times do you say things are so crazy right now? If you say that, chances are either you're going through a very unique time where things are legitimately crazy. Okay. Hand it to you. Crazy stuff happens, like almost cutting your finger off. Or you unfortunately lack a structured schedule, or you lack discipline to follow a structured schedule. So one is you got to put that scheduling tactic together, that technique together. And then 2 is you got to follow it. I'm going to show something that a buddy of mine, Jake, this is what he does, is he helps map this stuff out. So he interviewed me quite a bit, and we went through this whole process, and this is just done like in an Excel spreadsheet type format. Let me make that a little bit bigger. And let me see if I can go a little bigger on that, if that looks good. Okay, that looks good. Cool. So what this is this trying to map out time for Todd. This is how much time I have per week just doing stuff, whether it's waking up, meditating, working out, shower, breakfast, getting ready. So it doesn't have all my meal times in there, but at least in the morning. And there's 28.75 hours for the week for me, right? So that's so I can feel accomplished each week and feel okay about doing all these other working blocks or family blocks or clinic blocks. Then I have transit time. So we map that out, 7 hours of transit time each week. Family time, 31 hours of family time. So that's good. I try to put in lots of time with the family so that I can feel like I'm being a good husband and father, right? And that's important for me too. So not just for my family, but for me to, recharge me. Clinic time right now, I work 4 shifts per week. So I work Monday afternoon, Tuesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, Thursday morning. All right. They're long shifts. and they're pretty packed. And I've practiced for 18 years. So it's evolved to this point. It wasn't like this all the time. And eventually I'm going to scale one of these out. I'll probably take this Wednesday afternoon out. I'll just work 3 blocks at some point. I have an associate doctor who's awesome, and he's building up his practice and helping me out with my overflow patients. But ultimately establishing these hard start and stop times has really helped me become disciplined on a week by week basis. You can see I have these meetings. I have our S.M.A.R.T training, like I was just telling you about, that success manual accountability results training that we do with doctors. And today is what, Tuesday afternoon? I'm in a working block right now. So in that working block, I am doing this. I'm putting some content out, right? I'm talking to chiropractors inside of MoveNow University, inside of functional movement for chiropractors, inside of our MoveNow chiropractors private group for our members, trying to just get that thought process going of, to really be successful in your practice and to be that entrepreneur that you are as a chiropractor. It's not just about buying the next shiniest thing or signing up for the next coolest program. That is literally the equivalent at that point of just joining the gym. Great, you joined the gym. It was a necessary first step to start getting fit. However, that doesn't guarantee your success. What guarantees your success is the action of doing it, of just getting up and doing it. And so actually, for that reason, I'll just show you something else here that I think is cool. And I'll end on this high note, and hopefully this is helpful for everyone. Is in our success launch manual, I'm sure a lot of you out there know who Jocko Willink is. Was he, how many year retired Navy SEAL commander now? Maybe like 16-year retired Navy SEAL commander. I took a quote from his Discipline Equals Freedom field manual, and I put this right in the beginning of our success launch manual. And it says, overcoming procrastination. People want to know how to stop laziness. They want to know how to stop procrastination. They have an idea in their head, maybe even a vision, but they don't know where to start. So they ask, where do I start? When is the best time to start? And I have a simple answer: here and now. That's it. You want to improve, you want to get better, you have to do it. And you have to do it now. So stop thinking about it. Stop dreaming about it. Stop researching every aspect of it and reading all about it and debating the pros and cons of it. Start doing it. Take that first step and make it happen. Get after it here and now. So I put that on our first page here going into this process. But we have a success launch manual. It follows along our online program. It takes you step by step of what to do. It's a workbook, so you and your staff follow along and you stay disciplined, and you know in the beginning how many hours per week it's going to take to dedicate to it, and you map that out in your schedule like I'm talking about. And we have a weekly process, a weekly handhold training that we do in small groups, between 5 to 10 clinics. We jump on for an hour each week. We run through, we give assignments, we answer questions. I'm on that live. Either Brandy or Danny, one of our support staff, is on there as well. We have doctors on there with their staff as well. It's recorded. You get the replays so you can watch it with your team. So every piece of this is put in place for someone who wants to transform their practice and implement and integrate functional rehab, functional movement, and really just differentiate yourself from a result standpoint, from a patient experience, from a just well-rounded handling more, I would say, severe patient cases, more advanced cases. So if that's something that you're interested in doing and you have no clue what I'm talking about right now, and you're like, what is MoveNow University? Check out our demo. It's demo.movenowu.com. And it's about a 30-minute video. There's about 10 minutes of testimonial type stuff at the end. I think you'll like it. And then at the end of that, if you want to jump on and ask us questions, it connects us with a texting app, so you can ask us questions on text. My support staff will interact with you. If it's a question that you want directly from me, like clinically or from doctor standpoint, you can let me know and I can get back to you. And ultimately, we'll find out pretty quickly if this is something that's a good fit, and we can see if it's something that you feel like we are a good fit for you and we feel like you're a good fit for us. And then we make that marriage and live happily ever after. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helped, gave you a little bit of some ideas of how to get out of the rut of just signing up for stuff and not doing it, and how to actually hold yourself accountable, and what kind of systems that I use in my own life and that we use inside of MoveNow University that really absolutely works. So Dr. Todd from MoveNow, over and out.